I walked into my first American public bathroom and I froze. Not because it was dirty, because I could see straight through the stall door gap and right underneath. In Germany, a bathroom stall is basically a mini panic room. Floor to ceiling walls, solid door, total privacy. In the US, it feels more like a picket fence you can peek through. So today, let's break down why American stalls seem built for visibility and how that compares to the fortress-style privacy in Germany. Hey, I'm Misha. Welcome back to the channel. I was born and raised in a small town called Weilerbach near Kaiserslautern and Ramstein Air Force Base, and I've been living in the US for almost 10 years now. In this video, we'll talk about a little bit something weird, different. We'll talk about why American stalls have those giant gaps and short doors, why European bathrooms treat privacy like a basic right, the free versus the paid toilet debate, cleanliness standards and etiquette, and how tech, accessibility, and design priorities make the two systems feel like total different worlds. Let's start with the Great Gap. If you've ever used an American public restroom, you know the design. A door with 1-inch vertical gap and a bottom clearance so high you could easily pass your backpack underneath. This isn't bad construction, it's deliberate. The reason? Cleaning is easier, safety checks are faster, it discourages misuse, and honestly, it's cheaper. The American Restroom Association, yes, that is a thing. In the US, everything has its own association, but they say a standard stall leaves up to 9 inches of clearance at the bottom and about 1-inch gap at the latch. For someone like me used to German privacy, this feels like the exact opposite of what a bathroom should be. Now let's talk about the situation in Germany. Step into a public stall there and you're in your own little cubicle. Floor to ceiling walls, no gaps, and a lock that seals shut. Most places even have an entry door before you reach the stalls. It's quieter, cleaner, and to be honest, more private. That's why for European visitors, the first encounter with US public toilets feels like a serious downgrade, even if the restroom itself is clean. Then there's the money question. In Germany, many public toilets cost between 50 cents and €1. Chains like Sanifair even give you a voucher to use at a nearby shop or cafe if you use their public toilets. In the US, on the other hand, almost all public bathrooms are free. Restaurants, malls, gas stations, and that's super convenient, but quality can be a huge gamble, especially if we're talking about gas stations, and you all know what I mean. One restroom might be spotless, the next, let's just say you regret that large coffee that you had prior. Cleanliness is another big difference. In Germany, paid toilets are cleaned every 30 to 60 minutes. In busy places, of course. You can literally smell the disinfectant. In the US, though, it depends. Airports might clean hourly, but smaller venues sometimes only once a day. That gap in upkeep is why German restrooms feel sterile, while some American ones, not so much. And then there's the etiquette. In the US, casual conversation is common, and I even experienced it from the next stall over. That can be pretty shocking if you're not used to it. Technology is another big contrast, and you might ask yourself, what has technology to do with public restrooms or bathrooms in general? Well, German restrooms often have touchless flushing, automatic taps, even rotating toilet seats that clean themselves. Some even display when they were last sanitized. In the US, yes, you'll see touchless sinks and flush sensors as well in modern places, but in plenty of older restrooms, you still have to rely on everything manual. And if you think about bacteria, that can be a little bit disgusting. Accessibility shows two very different approaches. In the US, ADA standards mean wide doors, grab bars, and turning spaces, but the privacy gaps remain, even in accessible stalls. In Germany, accessible toilets are usually single-room facilities, fully enclosed, often with an emergency button. Plus, Germany has the Eurokey system system, a universal key that disabled users can use at hundreds of facilities nationwide. Public bathrooms really reflect cultural priorities. In the US, the design focuses on speed, safety, and cost. In Germany, the focus is on privacy, cleanliness, and comfort. And there's one last thing that I'm pretty sure every European is a little bit weirded out by, and that is that the water in the bowl in the US is way higher than in European toilets where it's very low. So if you're European, you know what I mean, and if you're American, you might not, but I can tell you there are probably some people that touch the water that they didn't want to touch. Well, neither is wrong, but switching between them honestly feels like landing on two different planets. So which team are you on? Team Privacy Fortress or Team Quick Access? Drop your take in the comments because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who have some crazy funny stories about exactly those situations. And if you enjoyed the cultural deep dive and want to see more like this, hit the subscribe button and follow for more Germany versus USA insights. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Misha. I'll see you on the next one. Tschüss.